Hey, it's been several weeks since let's take a look what we have. We have plenty of mint creeping everywhere. The kale there's 4 kale plants, so I can't tell you, we've had an infinite amount of kale. Rosemary's been doing all right. The cinnamon basil is delicious. I can't even start to stop bragging about that. I love it. Parsley is doing all right. Basil, another one, we've been destroying it. And peppers have been slow to amount, but you can see we got a good amount of Scotch bonnets in here, and I counted about each. There's 4 plants, and I have about 30 on each plant. Jalapenos have been doing all right, but just gonna take a while for them to ripen up. We're gonna leave them on for wet. There's about 40 on the 2 plants we have. The eggplant, we've had about 4 or 5 of them already, and I'd say there's about another 2 or 3 of them still on there. Tomatoes, can't stop with the tomatoes. We have plenty of tomatoes. I'd say we're pulling out maybe 5, 6, 7 a day on these. 3 different kinds. We have beefsteak out there. We got yellows. I believe these are all yellows. I love my yellow acid-free tomatoes. And that's doing pretty well. These big guys have been coming up by so much. I mean, I can't believe they're still spitting out fruit. Plants are just about, I'd say about 6 feet, 7 feet tall. All right, I'm going to try to do this with the sprinkler on. I didn't know it was going to get wet. So you can see we got some plums, tomatoes. They're, again, they're just been kicking out so much fruit. When we get closer to the beefsteaks, and you could find bunches of 5, 6 at a time, and can't get enough. And then we get the squash. And this squash plant has been taken over. Let's see how big the squash gets. That's about a 2-foot squash right there, and probably weighs maybe close to 12 pounds. But you could see the squash. There's another one there. I probably have about a dozen squash, and I'm going to try to wide out so you could see that it's taken over the backyard here. And this should go out. This should continue to go. I mean, this vine creeps. They love the shade, and I could probably creep her over this fence, and we could take a look. That there's probably another 8 squashes on this side of the fence, which is again, they love the shade, so they're gonna keep on going. And I probably have another 5, 6 flowers involved there. And let's go take a look at the cayennes. Now, this is the cayenne plants that we have. They're the same ones we planted at the same time as you wit. So I recently had a little thievery. Mom said the landscapers have been grabbing them, which is why we have a little bit of a hole here. But got plenty of fruit. I'd say we have about a good 2, 3 dozen off of 5 plants, and this is one of the things they did, is they kind of ripped it off of that plant and brought it down. But for the most part, we got a good amount of fruit on all these, and that's it. So hopefully we'll see you again by the end of the month and see how much we've harvested.